All right, per your guys' request, I'm going to do a very quick tutorial video on how you can run your second gen fog lights with your bright beams on, and also how to find the trigger wire for your brights so that you can tie your lights into your bright switch so that your lights will turn off when you go back to your low beams. So this is a 98.5 to 2002. The 94 to 98 are going to be different. So in 98.5, they started sending hot power to the headlights at all times, and the ground is what's in the switch. So when you flick the switch, it connects the ground, which completes a circuit for your low beams or your high beams. On the 94 to 98, it was more your traditional style of sending power to the light instead of completing the ground. So a lot of people think it's a weird wiring system, but the early 2000s Chevys did the same thing. My 2006 Duramax has a ground switch instead of a power switch. So the 94 to 98 is simple because there's a wire in the steering column that's always hot just with the high beams on. It took me 2 seconds to find it. This truck, it's a little more complicated. As far as the fogs, I'm not really sure what the answer is on the 94 to 98, but on the 98.5 to 02, it's actually super simple. You're going to have a crimper to put some spades. You'll have to have 2 male spades, and you're going to wire it just like that. So you're going to take this relay out of this slot, and you're going to plug a wire in from 3 to 5. Because what this relay does is when it gets the high beam voltage sent to it, it opens up. This is a normally closed relay, and it opens up when you turn your high beams on. So now we're just continuously allowing the fogs to be on regardless of your high beams. That's literally it, just that little jumper. So this is my rusty, crusty snowplow truck, and the reason I wired it the way I did is because I want to have lights that shine over my snowplow. So if I would have, put these new fog lights down in those holes, they'd be covered up by the snowplow, they'd be worthless. If I put the light bar down on the bumper like I normally would, it'd be worthless with the snowplow. And I don't care about the body. It's rusted, it's beaten up. So I just drill a hole. I put a riv nut in the sheet metal for the light. And then these are just the grommets that come with like your odometer gauges. So that's actually where this grommet came from, was an odometer gauge. Just ran that through, ran the wiring down, and I literally just cut off the quick connect for the factory fog light and crimped my 2 wires and ran them up to the fog lights. Super simple. Now the light bar, on the other hand, is a little bit different story. So I wanted to just be kind of lazy, and I apologize for the wind. It's going to be 30 to 40 miles an hour wind for most of the week. So I wanted to be lazy and tie the light bar into my brights, and that was going to be it. If I turned my brights on, the light bar would always be on. However, it's not really easily doable on the 98.5 to 02s. So I ended up wiring it up how I would normally wire a vehicle light bar. And I apologize, but this truck always dings no matter what. So inside, I have my master switch so that I can disable the light bar if I ever need to. But then I have it set up so that when I turn my high beams off to low beams, it shuts the light bar off. So you're going to take this panel off, and there's 3 screws at the bottom. Pull your panel off, and this truck is a 2002, and there's this purple wire with a white stripe. So I tapped into that for my relay trigger. I ran that to my switch, and then I ran this to the relay. So your relay is going to have a ground. It's going to have the trigger wire going to the switch. It's going to have a wire for your light bar and the wire going to the battery with the fuse. So the reason this truck is weird is because that purple wire with white stripe, the only scenario where it does not have 12 volts is with the low beams on. So that means with the high beams on, it has 12 volts. With the fog lights on, or just your running lights, it has 12 volts. And with the headlights off completely, it has 12 volts. So you have to be careful and only turn your light bar switch on when you have your headlights on. But this will allow you to drive and be able to disable your light bar with your high beam switch when you turn it to low beams. And it's as simple as that. So I hope I helped somebody. Your other option is you can set your relay up with the switched ground that goes to the headlights. You can make it activate your relay with your ground for whichever high or low beam that you choose. It's a little more involved. It's harder to get to the wiring. This works perfectly fine for me. So thanks for watching. We'll see you in another video.